framing of the porch up onto the main part of the house. You can see the original shingles were up there, and this was just added on. But where the rafters rest on the toe board, you can see that the upper part of the cut of the rafter is all that's supported. And a lot of times that will cause a crack or a split to come into the roof rafter as we get a heavy load on it. This can't crack or sag too far before the bottom of the rafters will hit on the roof. A lot of times that can be prevented just by sliding another toe board up underneath
where that gap is
to give that little extra support.
Okay.
This is wafer board sheeting that they used, which is a newer, more modern type. The wad up inside there is going to be foam insulation. And it's something that
Spray
was
foam.
injected in by the contractor just to seal that opening so it would stop moisture or animals or anything from coming in through.
There's another hole at the other end.
Yeah, maybe already done. So let me know. Okay, let me know when you're done so I can look before. Okay, thanks. Bye.
So they could just spray that later and fill that later.
I don't see any sign of any leaking coming through.
Excellent.
And the wafer board, if it were wet, would show like a water stain onto it.
Good.
I don't see any cracked or broken rafters, and so it apparently held up fine this year with the
And this
snow
was the
loads that we
toughest
got.
year yet, so yeah.
As we come out onto the other edge is the other spot where we would sometimes run into trouble with rafters cracking or splitting, but you'll see that at the cut point is where the rafter should have actually been resting onto the beam. And again, this still has plenty of heft going back into that area, so if they're going to crack, they're going to crack at the top part. In most new construction, they would also use a rafter tie when they put these on, which would be a metal plate that would nail to the header and then nail to the rafter. And those are commonly referred to as hurricane straps because if you don't use them in the south, the roofs blow off. And so those can always be added at a later date.
Okay. Those are ant traps up there, I'm assuming? They've got
Yes,
to be.
big
yeah,
traps.
Ant traps. This time of year, everybody does that, right?
Probably from last year, I would think. Kind of early for ants for this year.
Yeah.